Hey, this is Sarah Noelle Block, and you are listening to Tiny Marketing. This is the Uncut Summer Series, where you are getting the raw, unfiltered, unedited recordings from our interviews, webinars, and workshops. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ridiculousness. Hello, you gorgeous creatures. I am introducing the Uncut Summer Series. So now through the end of August, I'm going to release this unedited, raw podcast footage from my years of creating workshops, webinars, interviewing amazing guests, but only sharing glimpses of it with you. Why do that? This summer, I am experimenting with this Uncut Summer Series where I will share the audio from my most popular workshops. Some were 5 ways to network without feeling awkward, 3 steps to getting noticed on LinkedIn, the content marketing switch that will fill your sales pipeline, and craft a killer lead magnet, a brand messaging, shine to your ideal customer workshop. Those are some of the workshops I'll be sharing the full audio of. And in addition to that, I'll be sharing the interviews with my guests where I only share right now like 15 minutes or so from hour-long conversations that I have with awesome people. So this summer, you'll be getting the full footage of what we're talking about, the jokes, the dogs pulling wires out of our technology, all of it. So I just wanted to give you a real, authentic experience of what it's like being a content creator and all of the juice that you get when it's unedited and real. You know what I mean? So I'm doing this because I want to give you authenticity. I preach about it constantly, but if I'm not actually doing it, what does it really matter? I want to give you that realness, the in-depth insights that you might be missing when you're only seeing the highlights from a conversation, the behind-the-scenes perspective of being a content creator and the chaos that can happen. I just wanted to give it all to you and help you see what it's like on the other side. I'm super excited about this. And I can't wait for this summer to kick off with something a little bit different. To kick that off, I'm going to give you a clip from one of my past workshops right now. So stay tuned. So first up is the strap line at the top of in your cover photo. Okay, we are recording. I was like, whoop, I better make sure we're recording. So the strap line should explain in just a few words exactly what you do and how you do it. So something that makes you special. It should be your value proposition and it should be short and snappy. So mine is biz dev meets content marketing because it's just a unique take on content marketing to combine those things. So when you're creating your cover photo, the best way to showcase that strap line of yours is to have your cover photo as simple as possible. Just a couple of colors is perfectly fine in words, but have it in this exact design, like having your logo right there and your strap line on that end, because whether you're on a phone or on a computer device, that'll allow people to read your strap line if you have it in this order. Next up is your headline. So you want to include these pieces in all of your headlines. So often I see just a job title and at whatever the company is, but that's not going to do it. You need to be able to pull people in, tell a little bit of a story and your value proposition with that headline, because no matter how they're viewing your LinkedIn profile, they're going to see that headline. It's on every post that you see. It's the first thing they see. So these are the things you want to include: what you do, who you serve, your value proposition, and your pitch. It's simple. So this one is mine. And then anything, if there's space, because you only have so many characters, Anything that adds authority is good to have in there. Like, I'll have my stats on my podcast there. But what you do, who you serve, value prop, pitch. Definitely not job title at company. Now, remember, LinkedIn is also a search engine, and people are using keywords to find you. So use the words that your customer is most likely to use throughout your profile. You basically want to do like, think of your LinkedIn profile like you would any piece of content where you need to add that storytelling element with SEO. SEO always has to be a piece of it. Have questions as we're going, throw them in the chat. I'll look at them at the end. Aside from the workshop audio, you're also going to get the full interviews for my longer conversations with people like Misha and Joel Primack, who I had a long conversation with about building community with your events. I'll also share the full conversation I had with Lindsay McGuire about mastering influencer collaborations, and the full unedited version of my conversation with the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. I will share all of the giggles and laughs and knowledge with you in this Uncut Summer Series. With this format, you're going to get the unfiltered conversations and in-depth insights, along with some surprising revolutions, candid moments that you might have missed because these episodes are always edited to be less than 30 minutes. So you generally don't get to hear all of the ridiculousness that happens behind the scenes. So to recap, you guys can expect to see the full audio. So these episodes during the summer are going to be longer, like 60 minutes probably. So you might have to listen over a couple different periods of time. And it's also going to be completely unedited, unique insights that we might have missed, that you didn't get to hear the first time because, we only see the snippets of each other's lives. We only see the highlights. During this Uncut Summer Series, you're going to get it all of it. So I'm going to give you a little teaser of what you can expect from the first episode right now.
So I would add into that and say, especially if you're going to go like the email route is probably not my favorite. I'll be honest and say that. I get it that it's part of it, but it's definitely not my favorite. It's not the most fun thing for me. It doesn't get my creative juices flowing. It's just standard. But I will say, and I have done this before, of adding a PS line after. When you have, whether it's the registration confirmed email or an hour before, one day before, all of those kind of standard pre-emails, just having you can switch up the CTA to test different lines, all of that at those different milestones too. But having just a PS line, plugging your community and explaining the value and how it connects back to the topic of the event. And is it where you have a dedicated channel on that specific topic or conversational space? Do you think that folks need a place to hear and connect with peers to dive deeper into it? Or is there a hype place or a channel for the event that you all have and that you want folks to also join because you're going to drop questions there or collect questions from folks through that space? There are different things you can do, but make it, I would say, engaging and also explain the value or why it's relevant to folks. Don't just say hey, we have a community. Congratulations, you get one cookie for that. But
only
communities,
one.
that actually might be too generous because today communities are so what? If the
There's
value
a
is
lot
not
of communities. You really sell me on it. To your point, Joel, it's everybody is on board with the community train. Like, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to join another Slack group.
And
What's
it's
in it for me?
vague. It's vague too. Like, what is community? What is your definition of community? It could be your email list, but it could be a circle community or weekly Zoom sessions. What does it mean?
Yeah. And I think the email, it might not be the sexiest route to go. I think my examples were definitely not the best. It's still early. I'm drinking coffee. But I think to your point, Joel, giving it a creative take. Maybe it is just a quick PS line so you can drop the seed and kind of plant the seed early and then have a few more touches. I hate that word, but introduce it a few more times. I think you can get creative with it. It doesn't have to just be like, by the way, join our community and get a cookie. You can make it something that is fun and something that kind of catches people. And they're like, oh, what's this? And piques that curiosity.
Let's pause here for 1 second. Joel, continue thought, and then we'll pause right here because I have extra questions. And before we wrap up, let me just give you a heads up that all week long, I'm going to release mini episodes every single day because I am launching the Tiny Marketing Club, which I am so freaking excited about. So every day I'm going to release an episode on something having to do with the Tiny Marketing Club. And if you get on the wait list before we open up the carts for everyone, then you get $4,000 worth of bonuses. So just a real quick synopsis of what to expect from the Tiny Marketing Club and all of the content that you'll be getting this week. So the Tiny Marketing Club is for B2B service founders, and it's a group experience where we will get together every single week and make sure that you're getting your marketing done and it's strategic and it is effective. So every Monday, we'll have Monday Morning Marketing Club, where for 2 hours, you'll be executing your marketing alongside me. I'll be doing it at the same time as you. You'll have weekly content prompts, so you know exactly what to talk about on LinkedIn every single week. And we'll also have LinkedIn engagement, where the founders will increase each other's visibility by commenting and liking on each other's content. We'll have bi-monthly hot seats. So twice a month, you'll have the opportunity to come up on stage, bring us your challenges, and get insights from myself and all of the other founders in the group. We'll have quarterly marketing and sales planning, so you know exactly how many connection calls you need to make in order to reach your revenue goals. You'll know exactly what marketing you need to create in order to get the visibility that you need and the authority you need in order to get people to trust you and purchase your offer. We'll have quarterly special guest experts to come in for special workshops and free to you workshops that are paid for everybody outside of the Tiny Marketing Club, but for you, it's free. We'll have a community of B2B service founders in the Heartbeat community, where you guys can ask each other questions and connect. And you'll have networking on autopilot, where every month you can opt in to be set up with a networking call with someone in your fellow group. And then you can upgrade to VIP for 24/7 Voxer access to me. So you can ask your questions, you can share your links and get my insights from the content that you're creating whenever you want. We have VIP accelerators, which eventually will be outside of this. It'll be its own thing. But for founders and VIPs, you get access to accelerators now. So if you're interested in launching a podcast, or you're interested in building a webinar series, or your whole tiny marketing engine, these accelerators are included in the VIP access. You get project discounts for VIPs, where you get 15% off of any done-for-you projects all year long. And last, you get VIP strategy sessions with one-on-one strategy sessions with me, where you'll be working directly with me, and you'll know exactly what to do because I'll tell you. So that's a little preview of what you can get from the Tiny Marketing Club. And founding members of the Tiny Marketing Club who are on the wait list will also get access to $4,000 in bonuses. So a searchable resource library that's worth $3,000, where you get all of my workshop replays and different classes that I'll put together in that resource library. You get a 60-minute one-to-one strategy session with me that's worth $750. And you get 1 week of async one-to-one consulting with me for $200. It's worth $250, but for you, it's free. So this is only for founding members that are on the wait list. That link will be in the show notes. Make sure to get on the wait list. It's not an obligation. But I mean, obviously, you don't get the bonuses unless you move forward with the Tiny Marketing Club. But just putting yourself on the list doesn't mean you have to go forward with it. It means that you get access to these bonuses if you do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to introduce the Uncut Summer Series to you and to be with you every single day this week as we drip out a little bit about Tiny Marketing Club all week long. All right. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this episode, please, please, please remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and rate and review. But most importantly, tell your friends. Share this episode with a friend so other people know about Tiny Marketing and our Uncut Summer Series. I will see you next week with another great one.